You're imperfectly perfect to me.
Hi everyone, this is Jordan, your host, as you can see. This is a podcast that I'd love to call, this is my first episode of this. I can't believe I'm even recording this right now. It's an honor to be in front of my own camera right now. Like, oh my God. So this is the Perfectly Imperfect podcast. And honestly, this is not really scripted. It's semi-scripted because I have like bulleted lists right in front of me right now. So I can't come out and say like, oh, this is, unorganized, a mess, just a mishmash of stuff. No, it is actually structured with bullet points and things to talk about. But as no one is perfect, this will be a perfect, no pun intended, no pun intended. See, I already messed up, but that's, it's life. It's, we're all going to mess up along the way, but, that's what life is and you learn. So this will be, no pun intended, a perfectly imperfect podcast. No matter how I act on camera, you guys will accept it because that's how nice you guys are. You're very accepting and you're just going to, that's how the podcast is. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to be perfectly imperfect, meaning no matter what happens, no matter how I feel, I'm going to continue through this podcast because nobody is perfect and life goes on no matter what. So that's the point of this podcast, is to show authentic, real clips of people talking, and myself included. I want to be real on this podcast. I don't want to be, just reading a script with a fake smile. I'm not saying other podcasts that do that are bad. They're not. They're, they do it in their own way. But this podcast will be real clips, real pics of me smiling. Real clips of me smiling and, just being your authentic self. That's what it is. So how this podcast is going to work is I'm going to talk about one topic for the first part, which the next topic will be what makes me happy in life, the things that make what I want to wake up to, the things that I'm passionate about. That's the first topic. So I'll always have one topic for the first part, another topic for the second part, which I'm bringing in a guest, my friend Gabrielle. I'm super excited for that. And we'll be talking about how you're emotional, how it's a blessing and a curse to be emotional. And then we have 5 segments in total. One segment will be me, with one topic. Second section will be bringing in the guest, then one topic. Then a third one will be a topic about being neurodivergent, how we never fit in and how you found your people along the way. That's the third part. And fourth, how to be tougher and more assertive, which I've definitely learned working at various jobs and interacting with many people. I've learned how to have a tougher skin. And then the fifth part is a sillier thing. It's more about your self-confidence. Like, can you watch videos of yourself? Can you listen to yourself talk? That kind of thing. So that's how the podcast is going to work for this one, and how other podcasts are going to be moving forward. There will be various topics. I will introduce a guest, and that guest will be talking about the topics that I assign to each section thereafter. After the first part. Only me will be solo the first part. And I might have some podcasts where I'm solo throughout, but so far I'm introducing guests because, spices it up a little. You know how you make food and you put toppings on it? That's basically what I'm doing. I'm adding toppings to the food, essentially. So it makes it, gives it a little kick or something. So yeah, that's that. So we're on to our first part, which is what makes me happy in life. This is the only part that I'll talk solo and then I bring Gabrielle in. So what makes me happy? And as you can see, I have a shirt that says choose kindness. That's why I wore that shirt today. I have a lot of other shirts that are like celebrity t-shirts. And I'm like, that's not really meaningful for this podcast. So I chose this. So what makes me happy in life? I'm going to start with voice acting. Voice acting makes me very happy. It allows me to express myself with different voices, because sometimes I don't like my own voice. Sometimes it depends on the day, but sometimes I want to express myself through voice, and I have different types of voices. I have high voices. I can do some for you now. It's like,
hi there, I'm the high voice and this is how I talk.
And that's the high voice. And then Sorry, it's like amazing how fast I can change it. But that's what voice acting is. You got to use your vocal cords. But this makes me happy. It allows me to express myself in different ways. And, it's fun to watch videos of other characters, like to analyze the voice of the original voice and try to replicate that in my own way. And then I have the deep voices like, oh, hello there. I'm deep and I am so amazing. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't know what to say, but like, that's how I would say it. So like, but yes. I have voice acted in many Sonic fan voiceovers online for many years, and it's been something that really makes me happy, and it allows me to be part of a community of other talented, like-minded people, and I've made some friends that way. So, and I even have some friends right now that like voice acting, so that's one thing. Another big thing is actually talking to people, actually forming connections with people. I love to talk to different types of people, learn different things about them. I love when they learn things about me, and I love when we form a relationship over it. I also like when somebody's feeling sad, I get sad. So I also really enjoy lifting people up and helping them feel better. And also things like this podcast, I hope that people will relate to this podcast and will relate to some things that I'm talking about. Of course, definitely the future topics that I'm going to talk about, all the neurodivergent stuff and, the emotions. But this part is just solely about my hobbies and things that make me just happy. So I hope some people can relate to, some of this stuff. But I love helping people when they're sad. And sometimes when I'm feeling like crap too, I don't care how I'm feeling. I could be depressed, I could be sad, angry, but if I see somebody upset, I will try my best to lift them up too. And hopefully that will help me as well, but I don't do it for personal gain. I do it because I want to help the person. So that makes me super happy, and that's why I've posted so many things on my social media to help other people. But recently I've been starting to actually take my own advice, because there are some things that I post that, I am not fully following. I'm only partly following. Like the whole thing with like loving yourself, I wasn't fully like loving myself. I wrote it and I felt it when I wrote it, but then, things happen throughout life and it makes me doubt that. It makes me doubt what I actually wrote, which goes against what I wrote. But then I look back at it and I'm like, okay, so my confidence wavers like everyone's does. And it grows, it does grow. My confidence grows, but then there's a little dip, and then there's a growth again, and then there's a big dip or a big, rise or something like, it just depends on life. But overall, I love helping people regardless of how I feel. And I even put that on a story too, that it doesn't matter how I feel, I love to uplift people, and that makes me happy as well. All right, so this is the last solo thing I'm gonna talk about. And then there will be a human next to me. This won't be the only human in the video. There will be somebody next to me. I am so weird. Oh my God. My humor is so weird, but hey, this is the Perfectly Imperfect podcast. If I have perfectly imperfect humor, that's fine. It fits the mood of the podcast. Woohoo! So the last thing I'll talk about is music. Music is one of my all-time favorite things to help me get through the day. I do it when I'm cleaning. I put headphones on while I'm cleaning, and I have like a whole playlist. I make playlists for everything. I make playlists for driving. I make playlists for a shower. I make playlists for cleaning. I even sometimes when I'm working on like, why am I doing this with my hands? I'm sorry. When I do things like, sorry about my hand. When I like do like work on the computer, I occasionally put on music. Like there's these like goth playlists that get recommended to me on YouTube, and I play like goth sounding music for some reason while I'm like, sometimes it's fantasy music, sometimes it's like goth playlists, but they have these like emo like sounding music that's actually really cool to listen to while I'm working. But most of the time it's on Spotify. I listen to songs on Spotify while I'm even relaxing. I just want to listen to music to absorb it and listen to the meaning, because there's not a lot of artists that I do that with. I don't listen to lyrics usually. Usually I listen to it for the sound of their voice and the instrumentation. I like barely ever listen to lyrics, not because I don't care, but because it's just not a focus of mine. But an artist I will get into quickly. The segment is almost over. The artist that I listen to lyrics with, because I can't help it, is Marina. It's an artist named Marina. She used to go by Marina the Diamonds, but now she's Marina. She's not really a pop artist. She's a very underground type of alternative. Like, she's done pop before, but she's done different genres. It's kind of like, not like Taylor. I'm trying to think of an artist. I can't think of any. I don't know why. Sorry, there was a pop-up on my phone. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I can't think of any artist, but she's dove into different genres. And what I'll say is, she just has these lyrics that hook on to me. Like, they speak to me. Like, for example, there's the song Butterfly. And it basically talks about, like, my fake friendships that I've had. Like, how much I've grown and how much, I've changed since that friend left me. Like, there's a line that goes, I'm trying to think. I can't think of song lyrics on the fly, but look it up. Literally, when I was listening to that song, it was like, oh, I'm better now. Like, I don't need this person anymore. I'm growing, and I wish this person could see me now, how I've grown into this new person, sort of. Like, I wish I could think of the lyrics. I'm not a true Marina fan because I don't know anything right now. No, I just, whatever, but it just depends on the artist. But overall, music helps me. I love voice acting because I love using my voice in different projects and, and talking to people and forming relationships. That's what makes me happy. There's probably a lot of other things that make me happy, but these are the main things that keep me going in life. I hope you enjoyed the first part, what makes me happy in life. The next part is I will be with Gabrielle. She will be right next to me. And we're going to be talking about, the next thing is how you're emotional and how we're both emotional, actually, because we both, we'll talk about it, but how we're both emotional and how it can be a blessing or a curse. So basically how you're emotional and how it could be a good or a bad thing. And I hope you enjoy it. And this is the end of the first segment. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. I'm laughing only because I'm being recorded. Okay, so this is the part of the podcast where I'm going to introduce, I'm doing like the nervous twirling with my hair. I'm going to introduce my friend Gabrielle, who I haven't... Hi, I see you there. I see you right there. This is the part of the podcast where I introduce a guest. The first half was me talking about my, singing and music and things that I enjoy doing. But now we're going to get into some like really emotional, deep shit, if that's okay. Like, cause that's our majority of our conversations are pretty much that anyway. Yeah. And we've been talking like that pretty much throughout the day today anyway. Yeah. Really nighttime. It's like nighttime right now.
Yeah.
So sorry if my face is, I have notes here. So I want to talk about being emotional in general. Like, are you an emotional person?
Yes.
Yes.
Very much so.
Yeah.
We both are.
Yeah, we both are. So that's why we connect on an emotional level. Duh. But I wanted to talk about how it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. Like how it can be a good thing and how it could be a bad thing. First, I'll talk about my experience and then I want to know yours.
Okay.
With like, so like I have notes here. It's like how it's a good thing. So how emotional can be a good thing is that I love to help people. I love to be emotional with people, and I like to try to help people too, because I enjoy seeing people happy. I enjoy, helping with them with their problems, and I enjoy making an emotional connection with people. And sometimes I let out my emotions in front of people too. Like I cried today. I literally cried.
Yeah.
But I let it out with the right people. I try not to do it in front of fake friends or anyone who wouldn't understand, because that's just not, gonna help you. What about you?
I'm like the same way. I think being emotional is really good because you can understand things a lot. You understand people. Like I understand a lot of things when you talk to me about your emotions, your symptoms, things like that. So I think it's really good, but it's also like, I guess like you said, the curse, because
now we can talk about the bad stuff. Yes.
So I would say it's kind of like, it's just overwhelming and it's a lot. You get, like for me at least, I get really sensitive. So being emotional and being really sensitive, it goes hand in hand in my opinion. So I get really like sensitive about things.
Yeah.
So you know, like, things will affect me.
Like I'm not good at criticism. I'm not good at like receiving criticism. Yeah.
I'm not
like
either. So then that's like, you know, and then I don't want to hurt people's feelings or
I feel bad.
I'm not
me
good
too.
with, and I know it's not the best trait, but I'm not good with taking confrontation.
Me neither. I'm not
So
good. Yeah.
I'm not good with receiving like criticism and things like that.
Right. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Right.
So like I'm like that too. And that's the only thing, but I love being emotional though. I think it's like such a good trait to have as
But I want to do it with the right people. Like I don't want to do it in front of someone who's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like if you're just wasting your time with someone who's not even listening to you, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
Unless
exactly.
you have to.
Yeah, I mean like you want to be able to be yourself with your friends, your partner, whoever it is, your family. But you want to be able to confide in somebody and be that way.
Right.
You know?
Okay. Yeah. There we go. That's better. Like that. I'm just gonna hold it like that.
Okay. So like, you know, that kind of like that's really the good thing about it. But then it's also like it can be hard sometimes because you feel those emotions.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people have anxiety. A lot of people have stress. They have different disorders.
I know.
Disorders,
just like sometimes they're. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
No,
that's gonna happen a lot.
We interrupt each other a lot.
I might have ADHD. She has ADHD, and we're just like over each other.
See that we do that.
Yeah. You might as well just be the host of this podcast too. All right, I'm gonna let you take over. Bye. But for
me,
my
first time doing this too.
Yeah, and she's doing like a freaking great job. Give her a 10 out of 10. That's the only option she gets is a 10 out of 10. But what were we saying?
Great. So that's another thing too. We say that too. We forget what we're talking about.
We forget we're going to talk. Like you sent me so many audio recordings.
What were we talking about?
See, that's why I have notes. But we were talking about criticism, how you don't take it well, and like you have to choose it around the right people too.
Yeah.
I think that's to sum it up too.
Yeah, to sum it up. Yeah.
And then also sometimes there's things where I have to think logically, and there's sometimes where I get like so emotional over something that I forget to think logically over certain things. I don't know if you have any examples of that.
I mean, everybody has that, like when you get really overwhelmed, then you can't even think straight. That I've had many times.
Yeah.
I think everybody has that at some point.
Yeah.
Sometimes it could be really to the point where like you don't even know how to handle it. Like you're almost like not present in the moment. That I've had that many times.
Yeah. Oh,
like so overwhelmed.
I actually have an example that I don't feel bad putting on here. I actually can now think of that I got so overwhelmed that I couldn't even finish.
I'm helping her brain work a little bit better.
Yes, and we're like we're like she's the steering wheel and I'm the tires of the car.
Yeah.
You're like steering me in the right direction and then I'm like the car wheels or whatever the fuck.
Literally.
Yeah, that analogy went nowhere, but anyway. I can't.
Tell me your example.
It's a car without gas. It just doesn't run. But anyway. But yeah, it was an example of when I was 20 and I was doing a presentation about Avril Lavigne because that was during my obsession phase where I was obsessed with a celebrity and nobody else. Like I was only obsessed with Avril Lavigne. That's all I would talk about. That's all I would talk about with friends. That's all I would wear on my shirt. Like I had merch, so it was really bad. That's another topic we could talk about is obsessions. Yeah. But anyway, so I was doing a presentation on Avril Lavigne and I thought I was really confident about it until I got up there and then my brain is like, oh, like this was my anxiety. My brain was like, oh, everyone's gonna judge you. Everyone's gonna think that you're so obsessed. Everyone's gonna be like, who cares about Avril Lavigne? Like everyone's gonna judge you. So it was all this like, what if people judge me? What if people this? This was like another earlier sign of like me with people judging me thing. So instead of finishing, I ran out and just started being like, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this.
Wait, I'm so sorry. So this was at a concert?
No, I was doing a presentation. Sorry, I'm like very disorganized.
No, I am too. I'm like, I'm hearing you being like obsessed and all that, and then
so I was
you were afraid that people were going to judge you based on that, but it wasn't
at school.
At school,
it was a PowerPoint presentation. Though? Why was I
like? Why were you? Yeah, because like it was a whole presentation. So what was it that you were?
That people wouldn't care. That people wouldn't care about what I'm talking about. That people would yawn. That people would be like bored. Like who cares? Or like why are you into this? You're so obsessed. Like that. I feel like people would think I'm an obsessed creep. Or something.
What was the project on?
It was on Avril Lavigne and how she means so much to me.
For you individually, or was it like
for me individually?
Everybody? So what was the project in general for all the students?
I
Does that make
actually
sense?
don't remember.
Like,
it was so
like,
long
for you,
ago.
You picked her, but was it like your favorite celebrity or favorite singer? Like, was it like supposed to be like your idol? Like, what was the topic?
It was supposed to be my idol. I remember talking about her.
And then people picked somebody else, right? Like, people picked anybody.
Yeah, like anything else.
We did something like that in school, and I think we presented it, and I know what you mean, because it's like in school, people don't really seem to like care about that. Like, they don't want to hear your story.
Yeah.
A lot of people, but the teachers want you to do that.
Yeah, and I feel like they're forced to be there.
I mean,
so that's
a lot of kids don't
anxiety.
even want to do it. A lot of kids don't even want to do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it was me, I'd be interested to listen.
I know you would, because
I would.
Yeah.
But some people just aren't. They don't care. But that's the whole thing with the project, though. Like, you kind of can't really think about that, unfortunately, because it's like your teacher wants you to do this project.
I know.
They're grading you on it.
I actually don't even
it's for yourself.
Right.
It's like not.
I think I ended up changing the project to flying cars. I just changed it to something else. Yeah.
Because of that?
Yeah, because of that. I'm like, I can't do that anymore, so I'm just going to change it to something else. That's what I remember.
You shouldn't have to feel that way.
Well, I don't anymore. Yeah. If I ended up doing it now, I wouldn't care. Because I'm just like, I know I'm not obsessed anymore. My mindset has changed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't obsess anymore about things. Yeah. So I'm like, I have other things to do, like clean my apartment, like clean my dishes. Like, I don't have time to obsess over one person anymore. So that, that's another reason. So there's another one on here. There's more notes. Hold on. About being neurodivergent.
Oh my God, this is a good topic.
Yeah, this is gonna get, because we're both neurodivergent in some way. So I'll just talk about mine. So I've had this obsession with not labels, but like diagnosing myself with things. Mm-hmm. So like in the beginning, when I was growing up, I had no issue with like who I was. I never thought about it because I was like a 12-year-old kid. Like I only cared about getting like video games when I was younger, and like I just didn't care. I was very materialistic, just wanted video games. I didn't care about who I was as a person until I was 13 and I started experiencing social anxiety for the first time, specifically with women. And that actually tied into my sexuality too. Yeah. Because I would always be nervous around females only. Males, I was perfectly fine. I was able to talk to them. I was able to, be myself with them. But with females, it was hard. Like everything they would say would give me butterflies. I'd be nervous around them. I would think they're pretty. I'd feel like, oh, I want to be normal like them too. And I noticed something was off about me because whenever I spoke, words would come out wrong. Words would come out twisted. Nothing would make sense. And, just right now, a little bit, but it was worse when I was younger because with females I couldn't get words out, and I didn't understand why. I don't remember being diagnosed with anything. I was never told like, what do I have?
13?
Yes, I was 13.
So right around that age, you just start having like social anxiety with girls only,
no males. It was only females. So I feel like it was like my start of being, because I identify more with women right now.
With what you find attractive.
Yeah, and I feel like that's tied into also social anxiety.
It could definitely be. Too. Yeah, it definitely could be. I mean, social anxiety it could be a lot of different reasons why you get that social anxiety with people. Yeah,
and also judgment too.
Judgment meaning like you feel like you're being judged?
Yeah, or yeah, I'm afraid to be judged. I don't know. It was just... I was just
you were so young too, so you were like coming into your like finding yourself and finding like who you are and that kind of thing that you're attracted to and all that. So you're like, you're gonna have anxiety, or you start to question a lot of things at that age. I mean, so did I. I was really young. I started questioning like my sexuality, a lot of different things. I was shy at one point, and then I wasn't at the same time out there, at different ages. So
yeah. Oh, here's another one. Talking about how I became less of a fucking doormat and like became more. What about you? Same thing? Like, have you always been... I've always been a doormat. Like, I'll tell you can I just tell you stuff?
Yeah, I'm gonna think about this.
Yeah, you think about your experience, but I used to be a doormat. Like, I was taken advantage of by many people throughout my youth. Mm-hmm. Like, there was this one person that made me, whenever I played house with people, they would always... Did I tell you this? I don't think I did. But whenever I played house with people, they would always be the adult. And I would always ask, can I be the adult? They're like, no. Like, a lot of people did this. They're like, no, you have to be the teenager, not the adult. And I never argued with them. I'm like, okay. And I know it's not really a big deal at the time, but it's like, you're a little kid and this is starting early. Yeah. And I'm not, fighting back or anything. And I'm just like, okay, sure, And then growing up later, there were people that made me do homework for them. like not actual homework, but they would pretend to be my teacher and they would assign me homework assignments on top of homework assignments I was already doing for actual school.
Okay.
So they pretended that they were my teacher and I would just do math assignments that they would just give to me.
Pretend?
Like one of my friends.
So one of your friends that were like the same age as you, you're saying?
Yeah, same age as me.
So your peers, basically.
Yeah,
so
I
your
was like,
peers did that.
I was like 7 years old and they were like, do
Now,
homework for me.
Was this like a joke? Was this actually
No,
asking you
she
to
was
do
being
homework?
serious. She was
Like real
bossy.
homework?
Yeah, well, according to her, she created the homework. She was like, do these math
So
equations.
it wasn't even hers. Wasn't even like homework assigned to her.
Yeah, it was just
It was just,
homework,
like,
fake homework she was assigning
and
to
she
me.
just wanted you to be like the student and her be the teacher.
Yeah.
Now,
she
me and
basically
my
wanted to boss
siblings
around.
have done that growing up. Like, you know, it was like joking around. Like, we'd take turns and we would do that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. But like just people bossing you around. I mean, when you were that young, I think it's like different because people like do eventually like, you know, mature and like,
Yeah.
it's like your little kids playing around. But like the whole bossing around, like especially if like people are
took that,
continuing to do that, like at your age now, that would be incredibly wrong.
Oh, of course.
I mean, like that's just, you know, not.
But I know I was a kid, but I never stood up for myself. I just never said
Yeah.
anything, and I just
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah.
And then there was
But
somebody.
A lot of
yeah.
kids don't, you know. Like
I
you're a
know.
kid, so.
But it became a little worse because then there was in middle school there was someone that was forcing me to do things I didn't want to do. I forgot what it was. It was like they were pretending that I was part of NCIS or something. It was so stupid. They
Oh.
pretended that I was part of this training program and I had to do things that they said, like, oh, you have to, you know, perform this action, like do karate chops or something. It was so stupid. But they were pretending that I was in a training program and they were like, do this, do this, do this.
Like, so they weren't even like asking you if you wanted to do.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
just kind of were like, go and do this.
Go and do this.
Well, that's the thing because you're a kid.
I was in middle school though. I was now 13, 14.
People are still like that, unfortunately.
Fucking
Like,
terrible, and I never stood up for myself. I'm
Did
just
you
like,
never
okay.
say, well, because you were young, you probably like just didn't know how to, maybe,
Yeah.
or you didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
You just kind of maybe were you
Yeah.
shy back
Oh,
then?
I was definitely
Like
shy. Social anxiety.
yeah.
This is getting to the social
Yeah,
anxiety
yeah.
thing. Yeah, so
a lot of people are like that, unfortunately, especially at that age. I think it's like really common. I think I had that too, where people were just really, really like nasty. You know, I
Yeah.
wouldn't say I was ever like bullied or anything like that. I mean, I remember this one time where my sister, there was this guy and he was kind of just like rude. Like I forgot his name, but he was just like, I think I remember his name now, but I won't say his name.
yeah, it's privacy reasons. Yeah.
But anyway,
if you do, I'll just bleep it out.
no. So like he was in school. He was just kind of like one of those kids that was just kind of rude. You know, we were in I think maybe middle school, maybe honestly probably younger. I don't even think it was middle school. I think it was like elementary. And he like it was so stupid because we were kids, right? So like I thought he like rolled his eyes at my sister, right? Like that's all I thought, right? He didn't even say anything. He just like rolled his eyes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I stood up like in the cafeteria and I'm like, don't roll your eyes on my sister. Like I said something like that, like stood up for her.
That's kind of nice.
Like weird
though.
because I was so young. Like I'm surprised I said that.
That's like the opposite of me.
I know. And me and her
Holy
were
shit.
actually like she was very shy. So was I. But we were like it was a little different. I wasn't always as shy as I guess she was growing up. Like
Yeah.
at that young age, I think. But yeah, I mean there were people that were very rude and I didn't say anything. But now I feel like as I get older, I get that, like, I get heated. Like, so if somebody's, like, coming at me, I get really, like,
Yeah.
I get red. Like, I'll get, like, it's hard for me to confront people, but sometimes I will. And then I'll be upset about it. I will.
Yeah.
But, like, I have to stand up for myself. And
Yeah.
I do stand up for myself. I've grown a lot since some of the experiences where
Same with
I used
mine.
to do it with my
Yeah.
exes, like, stand up for myself, but unfortunately I didn't get anywhere, and I would just let things slide. I don't
Yeah.
let things slide anymore with
Right.
a lot of people.
Me neither. Like,
That's good because that's strength. That's respecting yourself more.
yeah.
So that just comes with a lot, like
I'll-
growth and.
I'll give you, no, thank you for sharing your
Yeah, of
part,
course.
because
Thank you.
I feel like I was talking about myself.
No,
right now.
like
That's-
we're both.
both
I
of this
appreciate
is
you.
what this is
Yeah.
what I wanted it. This is
Yeah.
what I wanted the thing to be like.
Yeah.
But there's a recent example of when I was at I feel like because I've been working at a place, I don't want to say where because of privacy reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But I have this job where it's all customer service and I have to deal with people and I have to deal with them not having their forms filled out
Mm-hmm.
and not, being prepared. So before this, I was, I didn't like confrontation. Whenever, I had an issue with a coworker at like my last job, let's just say the job I was talking about earlier, I'd be too afraid to talk to them. So I'd just put it off and I would never talk to them. If I had an issue with a coworker, I would just go to somebody else and say, can you talk to this person for me? Because I can't even talk to
I
them.
feel like it's so hard at work.
Yeah, because it's like, I don't want to cause a stir.
Don't. Like my, like there are certain situations that I'll have, and I won't say like, you know, who and what part,
yeah,
you know. But
no pointing fingers.
I'm not gonna say like, you know, if it was current or if it was in the past, but I'll just say there are situations I've been in where I did not feel comfortable saying something to somebody for a number of reasons. Because one, I'm working with these people. I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to be non-professional,
right?
Whatever.
You don't want to jeopardize your job.
These people, you know, might have been higher than me in a position. That too. So like, you know, or like all I would just feel was either in certain jobs, I felt like people were very, very rude or disrespectful or didn't even acknowledge me really, or just didn't seem to care. So then that was like, you know, that like people were just rude. They had an attitude. They weren't friendly or outgoing. So like I wanted to say something, but did I? No, because it's my job and whatever.
Right.
So I didn't want to. And then, you know, there were other positions where I was working and whatnot, and then I just felt like somebody, like my coworkers didn't like me for whatever reason.
Yeah,
I just felt like I was getting,
them.
I feel like I was getting different treatment than the other workers, even though I was barely there for a long time or whatever. Like I was new or whatever it was.
And I feel like this goes.
I don't even know these people that much yet.
Yeah.
Whatever. Again, I'm not going to say if it's present or past or whatever. I'm just saying there are situations I've been in, and the fact that you like don't even really acknowledge, or you just like act a certain way with me versus the other people when I did nothing to you.
Right.
Like, why? Like, why is that? And
right.
It gets to me, and it's like I want to say something, but I also don't want to come across that like I'm just like insecure or like I'm just like you gotta like me. Like, no, that's not about that. It's
no.
Just, like, why am I getting treated differently, or why are you like not even just friendly?
But some people don't owe an explanation to. Like, at the same time, you don't owe anyone an explanation to say, oh, this is why I'm defending myself because of this.
That too, yeah.
Like, you can just
That's
say...
a good point. I was thinking that, yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm just, you know, just don't talk to me that way. You don't have to say why.
Right,
oh, because I'm, you know...
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like, don't get defensive.
They don't need that. They don't need that. People don't need that.
Don't retaliate.
Right. People don't care, and people are not going to want that... You shouldn't give people that satisfaction.
I say satisfaction too.
I know, satisfaction of, or
new word.
I know, right? Like satisfaction. And I like never use that word, so that's probably why I messed up on that. Too.
Yeah, but you know,
like that, and then like
we caught on camera.
Yeah,
but yeah,
and like no, that's okay. And then that, and also like just. Like, I'll want to say something, but I don't, because I don't want to cause an issue as well.
Right.
Like, I want to have
do it when you have to. Don't start an argument just for the sake of it.
If it becomes something that, like, they're going to be really nasty to me, of course, I'm going to be like, why are you being rude to me? Like, why? Like, that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to be like, why are you being rude? There's no need for that. Like,
question it, but don't start an argument.
Yeah, like, I'm not going to start, like, a whole thing of, like, you know, this is how I feel, like, you know,
they don't care.
I don't deserve this because...
Like, they don't care
they
either.
They really don't.
And we don't care about what they feel.
Right.
It's just like...
I do get sensitive, though.
Me too.
I do internalize a lot of it. I try not to, because I know at the end of the day that I'm a good person, that's on them. But it's still like... And I used to be worse with this. I used to be even less, like, I guess, confident, or like I used to be more insecure or whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody, a lot of women, especially, I mean, men do too, but women do have... we get more sensitive, or we get more like insecure about things.
Like, I feel like
on it. I think we're both kind of working.
We both are, and
yeah.
like men probably do get as insecure as women.
Yeah.
It's just an appearance thing. Like, they hide it. I feel like they get just as insecure as us, but they hide it. Thus, nobody questions it because they're always either denying it, hiding it, or both.
Yeah, a lot of guys are even like ashamed to admit it. They feel like it's less manly.
Because society.
Yeah,
because society's like, oh, men are not supposed to be emotional.
I know,
but
which is awful, because it's just not true.
No, it's not, and especially I have guy friends who are very emotional, and I don't judge them for it.
I love that. Like, even my boyfriend, he is emotional.
I don't judge them for it.
I love that. Like, I love that he's an emotional person.
That shows true love. Like, when a guy opens up to somebody, that means that it's like bigger than, you know, you think it is.
Yeah.
But
and that makes him a real man.
Yes, it does. Mm-hmm. Shout out to this guy. I'm not gonna say his name, and I don't even know him either. But I hope to know your boyfriend some point.
You will.
Yeah, cool. But I want to say one more example before I move on to the next part.
Yes.
But there was one example recently where I fought back, and it was over something really stupid. So So there's this one thing that I wanted to say because it was at a job. So I'm not going to say specifically like what the place is. Again, ow, my finger hurts from holding this. Sorry. But there was a point where somebody had walked up to me. There's people that I deal with, like customers, and there was one that walked up to me and they were like, "Oh, I have an appointment for this." And I'm like, "Do you have this? Like, do you have your forms filled out?" And they're like, "No." And then I'm like, "Okay, go fill it out." Okay. So it was like the same bullshit, like them forgetting. And then they come back and they're like, "Okay, I'm ready. Can you sign me in?" And then I sign them in, and then their appointment says a different location than the location we're at.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
Yeah, I was telling you this, so I want to tell the people. So it said a different location than it was supposed to. And I'm like, "Sorry, it's in this different location. You have to go there." And they're like, "No, when I made the appointment online, it said this." And then I'm like, "But sorry, the machine says this." And I started pressing back, like, because they were giving me an attitude a little bit. Like I was defending myself instead of going, "Oh, I'm sorry, I messed up. It wasn't my fault." So I was like, you know, "The machine says this, I'm sorry, but you have to go there, I can't take you." And they were blaming me for not letting them in. So they were like, "But I clearly made the appointment for this, so they messed up. And I'm like, "I'm sorry, it doesn't matter who messed up. The appointment says this, you have to go. I'm just telling you the facts. I only sign in people. Please don't put this on me."
Yeah.
And then I had
And
to...
especially if you said their appointment said that.
Their appointment was the wrong location.
Right, so like,
They should have known that.
Yeah.
They should have known that it was
And
wrong
it's funny
before
you
coming
say
in.
that because I had a customer at my job, my current job, and I work at a suit store. I'll just say that. And I really do like it there a lot. And it's just interesting because we had somebody come in and on I believe I'm trying to remember the exact situation, but on the receipt it said this person needed to pick up needed to pick up a suit, and the location that was written on there was not the correct location. Like it literally said the address on the receipt, and it wasn't where he came in. He was very nice about it though. He was like, like it was my fault. Like,
wow, you get the nice one.
I know. You know what it is? It's
You get the nice one.
It was really interesting, and like he was just so nice, like about it. Like he was just like regular. He was like, "Oh, like I'm at the like." He was like kind of clueless about it.
That's the customer I want.
Yeah,
Can he come to my job?
I know. Honestly, a lot of the customers that come in for the most part are really nice, especially like the men. I would say. I think the women are just more. They are a little bit. They're harder to deal with because they're coming in with their husbands, sons. Like they're the family or whatever. The sometimes the bride, whatever. Will
They're
come
sometimes in a rush too.
Yeah, and
right?
like they're just like very like on top of it and stuff. So they kind of get like attitudes and stuff, which is a little hard to handle sometimes.
Yeah,
for me,
I want the
take
best
it
for my son.
Yeah,
or
and it's
something.
like then they start to question
Something
like how we're doing our job and things like that. The men are a little bit different. I feel like I've never had a male customer as of yet, like for me at least, that was really rude or not understanding about certain things like that. So
yeah,
I really appreciate that. Most of the women are fine, but we do have some patterns with women, I would say.
Yeah.
It's just the type of environment that we're working in.
Especially people who aren't told that what they're saying is hurtful. Like there's people that just aren't aware of it until they're told it.
It's not that they're saying anything, it's just I could tell that they're irritated.
Right, but probably no one has ever told them, maybe. Or maybe they're just not ignorant enough to listen to it. Anyway, so this is the last topic.
Okay.
So these are just funny questions now. This is more, it is about self-confidence, but it's kind of like a weird conversation because no one ever talks about this. Really. I want to start with the last one. I put this out of order. Do you like the way you speak? I'll get into it first. No. Like the sound of your voice, I mean. Like, do you like the sound of your voice? I used to hate it. When I was younger, I actually was 12 years old, and then when I turned 13, I had a high voice when I was 12, right? And then when I turned 13, there was one day where my voice kind of cracked like a guy's. So I was like, shit, am I turning into a guy? I actually thought that I was going through puberty and I was going to turn into a guy and have guy puberty because my voice was getting deeper. And then I'm like, shit, am I not going to have,
Like you thought that you were gonna have like testosterone, like you're
that I was gonna get
testosterone,
and then I was gonna get a beard, and I was gonna get like weird underarms.
That's how you were gonna have puberty or whatever.
Yeah, because my voice was deep, and then growing up, I just hated my voice, and I wanted a higher voice. Like nothing like, like this, like this. Like
Yeah.
I just wanted it like this, like a little higher.
You wanted to have it like more, I guess, feminine.
Yes.
You didn't want to have a deep voice.
Yes, I didn't want to sound like a weird tomboy.
Which there's nothing wrong with having, like, women have many different types of voices, so as men.
Yeah, but that was at the time.
Yeah.
Like now, like evolving into an adult now, I feel like it's much better now because I sound more mature. Like I was just sounded so young at the time that I felt like I sounded older than my age. It's just weird. Like when I heard myself in recordings, I'm like,
but that's kind of normal though.
It is
like,
normal.
My voice is not the same as what it was when I was younger.
Right, but I didn't like it. Like I just wasn't satisfied with it.
Now you like it.
Yeah, now that I'm 27 and I'm like much older, it sounds better to me now because it's more matured. It's more accurate to my age, I feel like. And like, I don't know. I just felt like I sounded older than I did, and now my age caught up to my voice. Yeah. If that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
What about you? Do you like your voice? Like,
it's so funny that we're talking about this because like I never really spoke about this.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
You have a little bit, like, because I'll like talk to you and I'll be like,
I obsess over this stuff.
Yeah, like I'll be like, I feel like my voice sounds weird, or you'll tell me the same thing. Like when we first met each other, we were talking about our voice. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like we were literally, because I
first heard it for the first time.
I heard your voice. I'm like, that doesn't really like for some reason doesn't match what I thought it was gonna sound like. I kind of thought that maybe it was gonna be like higher pitch, which is really stupid that I thought that because I like who thinks about that before they see something I write.
But no, it was the way I was typing. We were typing
it was just the way that we were talking to each other.
I typed emojis and shit. Like I was like,
it wasn't even that. It was just like I literally had no expectation really, like because I never met you before.
Right.
For some reason, the way you looked to me didn't match. Now it does, obviously.
Exactly. That's what I thought when I was younger.
But that's literally what everybody though, and it does match. But it was just like your voice is literally you, just like my voice is probably like you're looking at me or like it's just you, it's your voice.
When I heard your voice though,
whatever.
When I heard your voice though, I wasn't surprised of how it sounded. It just
okay.
Because when I heard it, I'm like, oh, it matches your face, like immediately. But then when I saw you in real life, your voice sounded higher than it did in recording.
My voice changes a little bit. Like I feel like I guess you could say customer service voice, I call it. I'm still me, like you know what I mean. Like
me too.
It's not that I'm not me, but it's just. My voice does sound different. The way that I talk to my boyfriend sometimes is a little different. The way that I talk to my
romantic
friends,
talk, yeah.
Well, just like the tone of my voice changes sometimes. It's
and
just
the
way
emotions,
I am. Yeah, and like your emotions and like who I'm talking to. Like the way I talk to my family might be a little bit different than the way that I talk to my boyfriend or at work. My customer service voice, you know. Yeah. So like, I think it's just like
makes sense, yeah.
But do I like my voice? I mean, yes and no. I think that sometimes I sound really weird. Like I'll listen to like voice recordings of my voice.
So normal, yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. But I do feel like I have a very unique voice. And
me and
my sister sound like very much alike. We do sound a little different sometimes. But like if I listen to voice recordings, sometimes I'll like listen to her voice. I'm like, I sound like Lex.
Yeah.
I sound like her. And sometimes even I'll like
she has an identical twin, and sometimes the identical twins sound similar, but sometimes you don't.
I know.
Like sometimes she sounds deeper, and then sometimes you sound deeper.
Yeah, or like what I find a little like scary sometimes, not scary, but like I'll be in the middle of talking and I'll be like, I literally sound like her.
Yeah.
And I like almost scare myself. I'm like, I literally sound like Lex.
Yeah.
Like I sound like her. And then that like almost like freaks me out a little bit because like I mean I think it's cool. Like I don't think it's like anything wrong with it.
It's a weird topic, but it's funny.
Because it's like people don't really talk about their voice that much. Mostly you hear people talk about their confidence as in like how do they look? How do they act?
What about videos though? Can you watch videos of yourself? Because for me, it's different when watching the appearance.
I sometimes cringe when I look.
I cringe too because I'm like, why am I making that facial expression? Yeah. Why does my hair look like that? Why was I saying that? Like it's also like, why did I make that face while saying that or something? Like I obsess over that.
I sometimes do. Sometimes I look at myself and I do have a little bit more. I have a little bit more confidence in myself than I guess used to, or my confidence kind of like goes in and out. I guess you could say. I don't know if that's the right like.
It wavers depending on your mood, depending on the way what's happening.
The way that I like what I'm talking about, or
the
like,
outfit I'm wearing.
It's hard for me to take videos of myself, like one-on-one, like you know, and then post it kind of thing. Like just me taking a video of me speaking.
Really? Because I
know we're doing this and this feels comfortable, but when I'm like by myself and I'm like just taking a random video and I don't know what to talk about or whatever, and then.
That's
I
interesting.
Get weird. Like and then I feel like I like look or sound weird.
I actually want to add on to that because it's so weird because I can do videos of me doing one-on-ones with myself, but I can't go back and watch it. Like I can record it.
That's what I mean. Like watching is.
I can't watch it. Well, now I can, but back then I can't watch old videos of myself talking one-on-one.
Like, do you have any like young like videos of you when you're young?
Yes, I do. I'm actually going to show you after this.
Because like I honestly like haven't seen them for a very long time. I have videos from like 2020, 2021, and
Me too.
I'm like a different person almost.
Me too.
But then
yeah.
I have videos somewhere which I don't know where they are. They're on like an old computer or whatever, like an old laptop.
Me too.
We have videos of like me when I was really young, and that I actually want to see because I was probably like I was so young. Like
you
I was
don't
probably
remember
cute.
everything that happened.
Like, I was like probably like a cute like kid, you know, like I was younger. I want to see that.
Yeah, me too.
That would be cool. I don't think I would really judge myself that much because I was so young, and it's like
yeah, because everybody acted like that.
Of course,
but you start gaining your real personality at like 14 or 15.
Even older than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I started it at like 13 because the whole social anxiety thing and realizing I was different. That I feel like me realizing I was different was at 13, but me really coming into my own was like 18.
Yeah.
Because like I'm at college, I'm on my own, and I'm realizing my own personality, not being bound by my parents. Not bound, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It sounds like I'm being captured, like bound.
No. Like you started to find kind of yourself, your independence, all that.
And not being defined by them.
Yeah.
Or not, but whatever. My hand is starting to hurt, so I'm going to end this podcast. Thank you. Oh, your hand is there. Oh, because you just... Oh, thank you for helping me hold it up. My hand is tired. Aw, the support. All right, so we're going to end this podcast now, but this is my guest over here. And
thank you for having me.
It was very fun, and you were very chatty, and we love chatty. And I was chatty, too, but that's what makes us great partners.
I hope you guys enjoyed.
Yes, you're a very good talker person. And
Thank you.
I'll see you later. Bye.